Okay, my last individual question for each of you. Have you been surprised at the cult of Dredd online? Because it seems like, listen, I love the movie, but it's like every...
I remember you liked it. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but every time you look online, people are talking about Dredd sequel. How can we get a Dredd sequel? Like, just are you surprised at that, the fan desire, number one, and number...
Yeah, sorry. Please.
Oh, no, we'll do that then.
Go.
Oh, and I was going to say to you, what's it like for you being in this whirlwind of Star Wars and X-Men where you can't really talk about either, but everyone keeps asking you, like every day, tell me about Star Wars and X-Men. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And having those kind of big projects with all that secrecy. Those are my questions.
Yeah, the Dredd thing, yeah, it's a surprise. It's a really complicated set of emotions it creates in me. I have a lot of regret about how things worked out with Dredd, but it's very gratifying. The regret is, okay, that there's a transaction you do, kind of, particularly with the creators of it, which is, let us do this thing and try to honor what you did, and we'll try and do it properly, and then the film will reward that trust, that act of faith and trust and sort of decency. And I feel that, I think that the film rewarded them in one sense, but not in another. I do believe it rewarded them creatively, unless they're lying to me about that, right? But I think it sort of has created this thing of this movie that fails, you know? The story of Dredd is of a failed movie, at both times, for fuck's sake. And to have been party of that, when that was exactly the intention, was to not do that, is kind of difficult. And I also feel a sense of responsibility, because I know there's these people who do this stuff, like they've got money and they spend it on a DVD to try and up the chance of a sequel getting made. And because I don't have any kind of online persona or profile or anything like that, I can't speak to any of these people directly. But what I want to say is that's so good of you, you know, thank you, but keep your money. Because the people who make the decisions about this don't get moved by that kind of thing. They're moved by other stuff, other equations, other algorithms, and it's how can I say this without sounding soppy? But it's kind of touching, like it means something that these people support the film in that way. But the thing that people want, I think, which is a sequel, I don't think is going to happen, and I don't think I think it'll happen one day. Let me rephrase that, but it's not going to happen with me and the group of people that made the last one.
I understand.
Yeah, with the questions of that, with the secretive stuff, you know, it's okay. I understand the clamor for content and for, you know, filling, you know, web pages and things and blogs and whatnot. But you know, it's not too hard to keep the secret of what it is, because I also don't like spoilers. I don't understand why people would want to know so much beforehand. I mean, it kind of robs it of the magic of the moment. But the excitement for it sure is fun.